So I was taking a hike this morning up in the hills above my house, and I turn the corner and I come upon this amazing rope swing, which I love because I love rope swings. So I jumped right on it and went swinging around and had a blast. And then I thought, this is going to make a really cool shot. Let me set up my camera. I take some video of it, and then it occurred to me, I usually make video on the computer. Why don't I stretch myself a little bit here, make it on the camera, use a new program. Let's try it. And then it got kind of interesting because I started thinking, maybe actually that is a concept that could serve other people too, especially in a time when we're all being stretched and we're all trying to be the best we can be. And maybe this is a way for me to stretch and support other people in the same way too, of overcoming discomfort, when it really serves life. And so why don't I make a video, I thought to myself, and start talking about it too. And as soon as I started saying that, this other voice or other feeling or something came up and was like, hell no, we are not doing that. We are not publishing it either. I don't have to give you any reasons, but we're not doing them. I was like, yeah, got it. Bad idea. Never mind. But then I paused and I was like, wait a second. A second ago, I was super excited about doing something meaningful. And 1 second later, I've completely dropped it. Where else does that show up in my life? And what kinds of costs might I and other people be paying for that kind of decision making, that kind of relation to discomfort? This is actually a video that really needs to be made. I thought, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So here we are. I made this video on my phone. First time I've made a full video and edited it on my phone. Don't usually make videos of myself. Don't usually publish. And I did it all in a day, which really kind of counters my perfectionist tendencies too. So hooray! And I hope it serves and inspires other people too. But really, the concept that we're looking at, that it just hit me so hard this morning, was two kinds of discomfort. There's this discomfort of, you could call it growth discomfort, that happens right before I have a personal growth moment, or a disruption of a pattern in relationship or communication, or maybe right, as I'm growing professionally, getting a new skill, doing things that make me uncomfortable because I'm no good at them. I've never done them before. And that's the kind of discomfort that I believe is super important for all of us to be able to identify and overcome, to be our best selves for ourselves and for each other. And it's the kind of thing that it's non-negotiable for me. It's the kind of thing that's worth practicing, that I'm gonna have, right now it's about a video, but there's gonna be a ton of different situations in my life when what matters is overcoming that kind of discomfort. Right, so that's one. But then of course there's the other kind of discomfort, which is truly self-protective, genuine, and trustworthy. And it says, no, don't do that, or that's not okay, or this is not with my values, I am not doing this, and that's the kind of voice that is, very important, just as important to listen to, and to live by, because it's really coming from a place that's taking care of oneself, and I think usually if it truly is this voice, it's taking care of other people too. So I've come up with a couple of ideas or questions, I guess, that have served me, and I think can serve other people, that you can ask yourself. First of all, do you recognize this in yourself, right? And second, what has happened in my life, or hasn't happened, because I maybe confused one kind of discomfort for the other kind of discomfort, maybe without even realizing it. Or maybe you did actually know what was going on inside yourself at the time, but you acted differently despite that knowledge. Wah, wah. Anyway, so yeah, you can consider those two different versions of, in the one case, overriding feelings of discomfort in order to act in ways that did not actually serve you. And then the other side of it would be letting feelings of discomfort stop you from taking action that really would have served you. Third question is, what are the rewards for learning to discern between those two kinds of discomfort and for developing the will to actually act from that clarity of consciousness? And I think it's an important question to answer both generally speaking, but also then to apply to your life. You could think of one reward you have actually experienced by finding yourself in alignment in that way, and one reward that you would experience in your life if you were to orient your mind more in that direction. The last one is to think of two dilemmas or impulses, choices, something facing you currently right now, or that you face every day. Could be small or it could be really big, but they both should have the kind of discomfort that you know is good for you, that is for growth. It could be as small as how much time you listen to the alarm in the morning before waking up, and it could be as big as calling someone up who you haven't talked to, you stop talking to in order, and you call them up in order to apologize to them, or maybe it's in order to hear and accept and receive, their apology to you, and then go do both of those things. Set yourself a time. I set myself the time limit of by the end of the day I'm gonna make this video, and it feels great. I did it. And the last thing is that I love you, whoever you are.